reaction we're seeing in financial markets? Why has it been so stark in your view?
Look, I think it's just natural because a lot of investors, especially over the past week, were buying into the notion that the election would be a closer one. Now, even though it looks like we're heading towards a potential runoff, the expectations were for Kılıçdaroğlu, the opposition party candidate, to be kind of much further ahead. The current reading looks like, even if there is a runoff, that President Erdogan is likely to have a fifth mandate after 2 decades.
Yeah.
Obviously, that with it brings along the continuation of the somewhat unorthodox monetary policies that we've been living with over the past couple of years. And it just becomes more difficult to price Turkish risk if that continues.
Yeah. And certainly investors are reacting to the fact that it was so much closer than people thought it was going to be going into the elections. But let me ask you this. There's still, say, 3 to 4 percentage points as of now between the two. You've got the third candidate vote. Perhaps that could be split. In case we do get a situation where the opposition, Kılıçdaroğlu, actually does end up victorious, is it likely that President Erdogan goes down without a fight, gracefully, or is he going to, go by the Trumpian playbook and then start declaring that
I think that's a great question.
Well, the elections were stolen from him.
Turks perceive elections as sacred. So elections in Turkey are free and fair. The turnout was tremendously high.
Yeah.
I don't expect any issues for Erdogan to concede should that become the reality. But the question also is, even if he were to lose, an opposition candidate, Kılıçdaroğlu, was to take a mandate, that would be with a very small margin. So there are things that will not change and there are things that will change. So I would, talking about geopolitics, going on to your earlier point on the show, Turkish foreign policy, defense policy will not really change in the context of what's happening in the world. But of course, the monetary policy will have to readjust into market norms. The Turkish lira will have to devalue to its fair value, which right now is probably about 20-25% off where it is right now. Turkish manufacturing sector needs it. And also, given that it's very difficult to hike the interest rates quickly due to the composition of the loan book and bank balance sheets, we do envisage some sort of a devaluation, whether he wins or loses.